It's Thursday, July 13, and this is the Barbados Today Afternoon News Update. I am Mary-Claire Williams. Thank you for joining us. We begin with news that Finance Minister Chris Sinclair will meet tomorrow with top officials from Sagicor and the Judicial Manager of British American Insurance Company, KPMG, in a bid to reach a settlement on the restructuring of CLICO and BICO. Word of this from Sagicor's Chief Executive Officer, Ed Clark, on the heels of concerns raised by Sinclair this week that the process has dragged on for far too long, while insisting that government was not to blame. Barbados Today's investigations, however, revealed that a major part of the delay involved the government's failure to address concerns raised by Sagicor last month about the state of the local economy and the island's junk status rating. Clark is now optimistic that the two parties can settle outstanding matters and reach an agreement at Friday's talks. In other news, Education Minister Ronald Jones says his ministry is moving full steam ahead with the transfer of Alma Parris school students, and he's confident that everything will be ready for the start of the new school year in September. Despite criticism, Jones says it is time to integrate the students into the education system in keeping with the ministry's mandate to provide a well-rounded education for all the nation's children.
So that once parents want the children to continue to benefit from education, either in a so-called academic space or academic sphere, as well as technical, vocational, and other forms of learning, those children will continue to benefit and to enjoy from that. They might be, I think we've taken the decision as well to waive any petty fees for those students who are going in to any of the schools, so that their parents don't say, well, we've felt the burden of the movement, because some parents might even recycle the students' uniforms. So we're saying, well, you'll do that, but we're also, for this year, easing that burden off of you. At the same time, I understand why people thought there was a need for the school at the time that it was developed. But we've closed schools in the past, because sometimes the need that you perceive become changed, because education is also dynamic. And based on all of the things that have been happening, that school became caught up in the dynamic reality of that.
The Barbados Family Planning Association is reiterating its commitment to work with government to address concerns over falling birth rates. It came from Medical Director Dr. Shanae Gill at a media briefing this morning to mark the observance of World Population Day. She noted that birth rates in Barbados have fallen from 4.42 per woman in the 1950s to 1.7 today. And she says the BFPA is willing to initiate and lead a consultation on the National Development Population Strategy.
As Barbados maneuvers through the various stages of its demographic transition, we are once again at a pivotal juncture, where we are tasked with the vital, yet delicate responsibility of continuing efforts to reduce poverty and inequity and improve people's lives without compromising the environment, the well-being of future generations, or economic growth. This will require significant investments to be made by both public and private sectors that support and facilitate women's ability to stay within the workforce while having uninhibited access to education, child care, health care, in order for this demographic transition to result in a positive population growth.
Goddard Enterprises are the new owners of Marshall Trading. On June 30th, Goddard signed an agreement to buy 100% of the shares of the local hardware store, a subsidiary of Art Holdings. The deal is expected to be completed in 3 months, and according to Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Goddard's, the company's 50 employees will not be affected by the move. Marshall Trading Director Hugh Blades says the deal is the perfect fit to take the Marshall brand to a new level of growth and competitiveness in the region.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Good morning, Phillips & Company, may I help? Oh, certainly. One moment, please. Miss Phillips?
Yeah?
There's a lady on the line from the Nation newspaper who would like to speak with you.
The Nation? Will she go on?
Well, they're trying to sell us some ads.
Look, don't make me laugh this morning. Ads in the Nation? They're real expensive, and for what here, nobody ain't buying them papers no more. Nobody ain't want to steal news. I hear reading Barbados Today online for free. So I tell she thanks for calling, but no thanks. We just advertising Barbados Today, families. Tell she is Barbados Today all the way.
Okay, I'll pass on the message. Mom, are you still there? Oh, she put it down.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back now with news from the region. With 31 murders recorded for the year so far, police in St. Lucia concede that the growing crime problem is worrying. However, they are appealing to the public to remain calm, assuring that the force is working around the clock to address the problem. We get more in this report from HTS News Force.
At 31, in about 28 weeks, St. Lucia's homicide rate stands at a little over 1 per week. The number of homicides in 7 full months already equates to the total of 2016. The law enforcement official says this has not gone unnoticed by the RSLPF.
Obviously, the police are concerned about the spike in homicides. We have 31, but I can just allay the fears of the public that we have solved about 51% of these homicides to date, and we're trying our best to see how we can put a stop or diminish the spate of crime in St. Lucia. We are doing especially operations. We have target operations which we are currently doing. In fact, this week we have a set of operations going on almost every day. So it's a situation where probably you're not being informed, but we are doing operations to curb this situation.
And on the international scene, China's Nobel laureate Liu Xiaobo, who was the country's most prominent human rights and democracy advocate, has died. The 61-year-old activist was being treated for terminal liver cancer in a hospital in northeastern China. He had been transferred from prison last month, where he was serving an 11-year term for subversion. A university professor turned rights campaigner, Mr. Liu was branded a criminal by the authorities. He was repeatedly jailed throughout his life and had also been subjected to heavy restrictions when he was free. And that's news this afternoon, but for the very latest, you can visit our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can find us on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good afternoon.